You survived that round. We're going into the next one. What was the first?
Trinica picking?
The first challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever remember it? Because it went by so quick. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, the songs off the list.
Yes.
I, again, like, looked through the book. I was trying to memorize the songs. I thought I was going to be, like, listening to them. And I know all those songs, so I was ready. But then it was just seeing which one is missing. And I thought I should check in first and just guess a random one. But Trinica was there right away. Like, Trinica is making a target of themselves even worse than I am. And I don't know why people are going after me. But Trinica's on that. Trinica knows what they're doing.
And then the challenge where you were picking the boxes, who were you paired up with? And then what was y'all, like, how did it kind of go?
So Trinica was deciding who to go against. But I don't think Trinica knew the point of the challenge, that you were supposed to be versusing your opponent, and picked me to be with Josh, like, talk to each other, I guess? I don't know. I wanted to go with Josh. I wanted to get Josh out. So I was glad to be against Josh anyways. And I decided to tell the truth, show that I'm not like a duplicitous person. I'm fine being completely honest with you. And he decided not to trust me and take the unsafe box.
So you were safe. Yay. How are you feeling?
I feel good that I don't have to complete that challenge. It's the maze challenge that I already completed. So I feel like I would have done fine either way. But knowing that I don't have to worry about that, I can just sit and relax for a little bit after getting my anxiety up for the first challenge is really nice.
Who do you hope goes?
I hope it's Josh. I think people will expect me to go after Josh, and I feel if I can have just a clean slate, that would be nice.
Do you not want any of them to go?
I don't really care who goes. I have not made really tight connections with anybody yet. So if I don't even remember the names on the couch. Whoever goes, I'm happy with.
Nice. Do you want to add anything?
I'm good.
All right, cool. That was great. Before we finish, because you won that safety with power, how'd you feel and what went through your head and like your choosing?
Oh, that was so funny. Well, because I picked randomly, so it's being right about that. It like feels really good because it's just funny. And then I just kind of gut shot at a box. I didn't know that I was the safety with power thing. Honestly, I would have rather just gotten I'd rather have gotten safety because now I have to make a decision. So now like I'm on the books making a decision, but I did it in the most diplomatic way possible. I asked everybody straight up if they wanted to go first, and then Anthony was the only one that like said that they would go first. So I was like, okay, word, yeah, like you can go and take a stab at it, and then it just gives him the opportunity to make the decision afterwards. But it ended up working out. I didn't think about the candy cane thing at all until after that happened. I was just trying to like play as neutral as possible, but now that that's happened and I like am now on the books with money, I'm just gonna start playing for money. I think it's like that's kind of the move. I hope no one can hear me.
No, I moved them all like further away because you can't. I've been out there. You can't hear like anything, even if you're in the kitchen, really.
Yeah.
But I moved them because they were being loud. But how are you feeling that Anthony is out of the game?
I think he's like a good player, probably. Like the fact that he knew not to say anything to me when we were doing the box thing, at least in my mind, proves that he's like he's thinking about this stuff like at a different level than just like I'm like you should lie about which box it is, because making it 50-50 is the best way to do it because you stay neutral and then you don't like there's not a target, because if he would have lied and I would have picked it, then I would have picked him like 110% because now there's a reason to do it. So I just didn't think about the money thing, which is silly. That's some silly goose stuff. I did say to the camera in here though when I was making that decision that I would get somebody to say that they were down to go first, and that got him to say, which is so funny.
Who would you like to see go next?
Man, why can't I think of her name? She was on my team though.
I didn't keep track. Describe her.
She won the first. She won the.
Trinica?
Yeah, Trinica. I think Trinica for sure because she's a player. So what I would like to do is get Trinica because Trinica has money, or have like Taylor or Mackenzie get Trinica, like be able to assume the money. I'd like to have someone who like that's relatively like close to me at this point, like have the money or me have the money, because then like the money's close to me and then something can happen there. But Trinica seems to know what she's doing really good, especially with puzzles and stuff. And I'm curious if there's any part of her that threw the first challenge as well.
The first team challenge?
Because we had quite the head start. And I looked at it, it was a Christmas tree. And then, I don't know. No, I'll get conspiratorial all day. I'll never go back to the game. I'll just talk about what I think, and it's only been 3 rounds.
Did you want to add anything else?
What did I say? The Golden Throne. Golden Throne. We're on our way.
Duh right now. So talk about the songs. And
the songs was crazy. Annika got it in 3 seconds. Before my brain even fully registered what I was supposed to do, she had the answer. So that was that. The next challenge.
How'd you feel about Trinica winning that one?
She won it so fast. It honestly was a little threatening. She's kind of on my radar. She's smart.
All right, the next part was the what the bluff. So Trinica picked partners for everybody to do the boxes. You got with the vet. How did you feel about being paired with the vet, and how'd it go?
So I thought that I understood the rules of the game, and I didn't fully understand them. I didn't know that the box that I didn't choose, she was going to have to take. And it's so stupid because I knew she was lying to my face. I asked her straight up, she said, this is the box you should choose. And I said, is that the box that says safe? And she said, this is the box you should choose. So at that moment, I literally knew she was lying, but I didn't understand the game. So I thought, oh, maybe there's also an advantage or something weird, I'll take it. And then when she grabbed the other box, it clicked to me what the game was, and I knew. So I got unsafe, and then Connor got to choose who was going to do the maze competition, and I honestly was feeling confident. I thought, oh, I'll just go second. I think I could get it in 4 minutes. And then when I heard Anthony in the first minute and a half drop the ball a couple of times, I immediately was like, I don't want to play this one. But thankfully he just lost. So we're here now. I haven't won a single thing. I know I said that I didn't want to be winning things because I didn't want to stand out, but I actually can't win anything right now. So I'm really relying on my personality to get me through each round. And not seem like a threat. And I think it's going well right now. I don't know if anyone's onto me, but I think it's going well right now.
How'd you feel about Anthony leaving? Did it help you, hurt you, neutral?
I'm not sure how I feel about Anthony leaving. I think I would have worked with him, and I probably would have aligned with him, but he, I think, is really good at those challenges. I think he just couldn't get the maze one, but I'm glad he's out, because I think he could run away with this.
Awesome. Real quick. Okay, go ahead. Do you want me to say this first?
Oh, yeah.
So the round 2 was music, the activity book thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to say anything about that?
I just couldn't believe how quick that was. I'm also a little surprised Santi didn't make me answer the Taylor Swift song. That's all.
And then the other one was what the bluff. Talk about who you paired up with,
gosh.
what your strategy was.
So I was actually really excited to get paired with Trinica because I really adore their energy and I think that they'd be really fun to work with. I regret that I did not trust them because I thought that I probably could, but I think I would just hate to trust someone and get screwed over. So I figured it was better to just make it more of a coin toss and not introduce the possibility of a lie into that relationship. But I'm honestly it is what it is. I think what was scarier for that round was trying to avoid getting sent down. And I am so grateful that I did not, I was thinking about volunteering to go in because I knew I needed as much time as possible. And I'm just grateful that Connor had power and that he was willing to make it Anthony instead of me because, I'm also thrilled. I'm sorry, I'm about to jump ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about, okay, so that was great. So talk about Anthony, because he gets out in the that competition, the maze one. So how did you feel about that?
So with Anthony going in, I was a little nervous because he seems like he is relatively athletic potentially, and that is a competition that would require
coordination or like kind of steady hands, and I thought he might have those. So the whole time that he was doing it, I was just trying to listen to the sound of the ball drop. And it was one of the most like anxious 5 minutes I've ever had. It was so stupid. Every time that ball dropped, it was like some manna from heaven, you know? God was just feeding us.
How did you feel though when Anthony didn't finish it and he was basically knocked out of the competition?
Yeah, bye Anthony.
Wait, so started. So during the Naughty and Nice challenge, you're told you have to figure out which song is missing. Tell me what's going through your head and how you did it.
When I first got here, I'm just a very shy person, so when it's a big group, it's hard for me to like start talking to people. So I was pretty much just going through my packet, and I read all the song titles. So then when we had that challenge where we had to find the song that was out, I started just reading it from the top while we were waiting for it to show up on the screen. And it just so happened that the one I got to was the one that I didn't see on the screen. It was like top of mind already, so that's why I was able to do it so fast. So again, nervous to have won another one, especially because Mist afterward was like, and I'm the threat? And I'm like, Mist, I'm trying to work with you. Don't even jokingly say that. But yeah, I mean, it gave me some power, I guess. I got to decide who went first, so I chose people who I wanted to work with so that they had a little bit more power over their destiny in that next challenge where we had to bluff.
So who were you paired up with in that challenge?
I was paired with Taylor.
Okay, so did you and Taylor have any strategy? How did it go when y'all did it? Like, we didn't see it. Tell us kind of a short, sweet version of it.
Yeah, Taylor and I got to talk a little bit while we were waiting. I did tell him I was going to be honest with him. I hadn't really thought through my strategy until I sat down at the table. We had joked about, I think he said that if he had gone first, he was just going to be like, pick and not say anything else. I knew, I've seen like, you know, similar games like this play out. I knew that the double bluff was probably my best option. If I tell him the safe one is safe, that he would be likely to not pick it and go for the unsafe one instead. I mean, it's a crapshoot, really. It's a 50-50. I could have said this one's safe and it really is safe. I could have said this one's safe, hoping that he would think I was lying, but it could have backfired in so many ways. But what worked out for me is he went any, mini, mighty, mo. I don't think I'm the best bluffer, but he just lifted up the chance, essentially went with the other one. And I think it's good for me because I can tell him, hey, I was telling you the truth. And I told him, like, I would have been happy to let you have safety as like a token of good faith. So I don't know if, you know, he's gonna remember that or buy it or if it even matters, but at least he's not gonna say, oh, Trinica actually lied to me, because only one person in that round lied, and it was Yvette. So I think that might be in people's minds that like maybe Yvette is a little sneaky player.
How'd you find out that Yvette lied? Like,
yeah, after the competition finished, when we were all in the living room chatting, I just asked, so did anyone lie? And everyone shook their head, and then Mackenzie was like, well, Yvette lied. And Yvette was like, no, I didn't lie. But she definitely did, so yeah.
Okay, so now we've seen the results of the Santa Showdown. Before we saw the results and they picked the order, how are you feeling? Did you want anybody to go? Did you want anybody to stay?
I really wanted Anthony or Josh to go first because, again, I feel like Josh was going to have my back and hopefully still does. And Anthony, again, don't know him that well, but we've played minis together and I've never like gone against him. So I wanted one of those two to go first so that they would have more time. In the end, it turns out that going first was probably not the best for Anthony. When we had practiced that game, I think me and Mist were the only ones who got really close to the center. Everyone else was not good at it. So I think whoever went first, there was a high likelihood that they were not going to do it in time. So we could also hear Anthony. He was going so fast, which is also my strategy with it, but it was just torture just hearing the ball dropping because I really wanted him to be safe.
So he obviously comes down and he lost. How do you feel?
Very bummed out that Anthony lost. I feel like that was kind of a built-in ally for me, and I really need that here just because, you know, we've already heard people saying they want to target vets, Mackenzie saying that she's heard about me, and, you know, Mist and Josh have seen me play, so even if they're not going against me now, they will be later because they know how I play, they know that I can be dangerous. So I was really hoping to have another ally in my pocket, and now I don't. So I'm just gonna have to build things more with Josh and Mist, but also try and reach out to other folks. I don't even know if that how Big Brother works. I don't actually know.
We'll keep that in there. How do you feel when he throws the picture in the fire.
Oh, that's so funny. Also, I'm pretty sure Picture to Burn is a Taylor Swift song, so it just feels right for Santi. So, yeah, I think it's hilarious that the picture is being burned. I really wanted Kelly, when her picture got burned, to like pretend like she was melting, like Wicked Witch or something. But we'll save that for my elimination.
All right, anything else you want to add, or you think you're good?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool, thanks. So, first Naughty and Nice challenge, the songs on the TV. Talk about that a little.
Well, unfortunately, I did not pick up on how the game was supposed to be played, so it was a total blank for me. And Trinica, she was so quick, I didn't even have a chance to react, so I blew it. Completely blew it in that game.
How'd you feel about Trinica winning that one?
I just thought, like, my first observation was like, okay, she's one to watch out for. She's on it.
Awesome. All right, so then the next part was What the Bluff, and who did Trinica put you with, and like how did y'all talk through the process of the
That was
boxes?
the safe, unsafe.
Yeah.
She partnered me up with Mackenzie. And at the very beginning, everybody just kind of said, I'm not going to lie about it. And the whole thing, and so we kind of said the same thing. She was like, in the next round, if we get paired off, she's like, I won't lie to you, don't lie to me. And so I was like, okay, you need to pick this box. And so she's like, well, is that the safe box? And I just kept telling her, you need to pick this box. Because I wasn't lying to her, but it would make her pick the unsafe box. So that's how I played that one. I told her the truth, but just this is the box you need to pick.
Did she say anything about that after the fact?
Yes, she said something like she didn't realize how that game was supposed to be played, or she thought we were going to do a couple of rounds. So she said she thought I was lying about it. She's like, I knew you were lying, but I thought we were gonna keep going. And so I was like, no, I just knew it was one time.
So you were safe that round, correct?
I was safe.
So how did you feel that you got safe on that one?
I felt good, just confidence growing a little bit, just because, 2 for 2 at that point, and kind of getting in the groove of how this works.
Awesome. All right, so you're safe, and you see the people that have to go into the Santa Showdown, and how are you feeling about the people? I don't remember exactly who's all over there. Do you remember? Did you care?
Josh, Mackenzie, Taylor, and was it Anthony?
Yeah.
And Anthony. So they were all good. I was partnered up with Josh and Anthony in the first game, so I was rooting for them, but at the same time, Mackenzie and Taylor had not won anything. So it was a toss-up. Like, I'm happy with whoever wins. I don't have it in my heart to want to send somebody home, so that's probably the most difficult part for me in this game. Let's just play games now.
All right, so Anthony left. Do you think that helped or hurt your game at all? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, him leaving definitely helps me, because he's pretty smart. So I know there's 9 and now there's 6 of us, so it's sad to see him go, but if I want to see the end of this, then it's good for me.
All right, so the next round, I think it was 3. Yeah, round 3. That was the code breaker. Tell me your process during that and how you did on it.
I've never played that game before, so it was a little difficult at the beginning, and I was partnered up against Josh, which I don't think Josh had played either. Wait,
hold on. Go back up. The code breaker was where you had to figure out the words. And sit down on the
that's
couch.
right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
Code breaker. Yeah, that was the puzzle piece. I'm if I have time, I'm pretty, obviously if everybody has time, they can figure it out. But I've just figured, okay, I'm just going to go at my pace. I just don't want to be the last one. And I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden I look up and Miss is like telling me to come to the couch. And I was like, what? He's come to the couch. He's just like waving me over. And so when I get there, I ended up being safe. I didn't get the puzzle, but it ended up being like, to win this game or to lose this game, you have to be the last one on the couch, something like that. Or to win this game, don't be the last one on the couch. So I lucked out. So Miss saved me.
Yeah, so then the next part was Match Madness, where you had to
Yes.
do the matching and then talk about like when you played and who you played against and stuff.
That one, I think that one has been my favorite game so far. I played against Josh, and it was a little difficult. Like I said, Josh was our captain in the first game, so just to go up like against your team members. But I guess at some point you're going to have to go up against one of them. So I just, without knowing the game, so either one of us, it took us a little bit longer, but once I figured out you could like move pieces around and not have to stick to just using the way it's formed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got better at it. And so we've been practicing. I can't wait to, Santiago already, he has an extra one, so he gave it to me so I can play with my family.
Nice. And so how you didn't Mist won that. How did you feel about Mist winning that one?
He lucked out. He lucked out. He solved it in like 3 or 4 seconds. It just happened. His I don't know what they're called, his blocks happened to fall perfectly. And I hadn't even looked at I still had all my blocks, like just looking at them when he was like done. I said, what? That was like 3 seconds. So yay for him. Like he has a new record, but yeah. So I got, I think, to the quarterfinals or semifinals.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So at least not going out in the first round. It's a win for me.
So he picked Josh and Connor to go to Santa Showdown. How did you feel about Josh and Connor going in there?
Again, I don't like to see anybody go down. I know at the end of the day, it's all like fun and games, but for me, I didn't know who was gonna win it. I thought for sure it was a toss up because they're both great players, and I thought, either one leaving or either one staying, it was good. It was good. So I think Connor won, right? Connor won. Josh is gone, but he was such a good sport about it, so it's all good.
So who's your closest ally or allies right now that you're working with?
I don't do very well with that. So I'm just staying true to myself. It could help me, it could hurt me. But I will say that Tanika, like I haven't spent Trinica. Sorry, Trinica. Trinica, I haven't spent much time talking to her. But I would say probably Taylor is like who I've talked to the most. He's so funny and he's just high, so it makes it even better. Hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a tough one that I want you to answer.
Oh, okay.
Who, if you won and you got to pick 2 people to go to Santa's Showdown, who would you pick right now?
Strategically, Miss and Trinica.
And do you have a reasoning?
Just because they're so good. Like, I gotta knock one of them out of here. Betters my chances, but yeah, I would pick them too. Just because it betters my chances. They're great players.
Cool. I think that's all for now.
Okay.
Unless you need to add anything.
Nope. Good luck, everyone.